What's Sam, y'all? We are on another episode of Gems with Jewels. I am your girl, amber.jewelz. And today we're going to talk about food stamps, SNAP benefits, or just government assistance in general. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the administration, they got something cooking in DC. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you consider it bad or good, I know it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be affected by what's going on, but I think this should be a wake-up call for everybody to start making your life decisions as if government assistance wasn't a thing. Excuse me. Start living your life like that. Start living your life as if government assistance wasn't a thing. Start living your life as if you don't have a safety net. Start making life decisions like that, because, you know, regardless on how you feel about it, like, I personally think the name of the game of life, one of the main names of the game of life, is self-sufficiency. Everybody should strive to be able to stand on their own without somebody giving them handouts or helping them or spoon feeding them. Like, I'm not saying like you won't ever need help in life. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, for the most part, you should, by the time you become an adult, you should really, like, have your own shit going. You don't necessarily have to be rich, but at least, like, be able to cover your essentials without assistance, like a roof over your head, clothes on your back, food on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, things that you legit need to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I understand it's bad and it's about to get bad, if not worse, but like I said, I just think everybody should have a wake-up call. You know, I just can't imagine, because I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I ain't trying to toot my own horn. Like, I'm just saying, like, I personally am not on government assistance, so I don't know what it feels like. But I do understand that prices are rising and the wages of earning a living is staying the same. I understand that concept, but as far as, like, government assistance, nah, I don't really know how that feels, but it's other people who knows how that feels, and my heart truly goes out to them, because I can only imagine what it's like to not be able to feed yourself or your family. Like, that shit, like, the effects of that is kind of, like, eerie, because when people can't eat, they start getting a little violent, because when people start really tapping into just strictly survival mode, morals and ethics kind of go out the window, because at that point, people just trying to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't good, but, you know, I just think everybody should just really just start buckling down and making life decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, really think twice about moves before you make them, especially if the consequences are potentially life-changing. Like, for example, having a kid. You know, I think that's a great example. Like, just imagine if government assistance wasn't a thing. I'm talking all across the board. If you have a child that you cannot feed and clothe, and it ain't even just about finances, like actually being there for the kid too, like nurturing and discipline and guiding, you know, like, it take more than just bread to raise a child adequately. You know what I'm saying? You actually gotta be there, you know what I mean? If you know you can't do that for a kid, for the sake of the kid, don't have it. You know, like, I ain't trying to, like, quote unquote tell people what to do with their reproduction organs or whatever, but it's like, you know, it's a fact. Like, it's some people that really, like, are in no position to have kids, but are having kids. You know what I'm saying? So I think that just having kids that you can't afford is a great example of where you can start to kind of, like, help the problem, because kids are expensive. And I just think it's unfair to bring a child in this world knowing that you just can't take care of it. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I didn't grow up in a rich family, but I ain't grow up in poverty either. If I was a kid growing up in, like, some fucked up situation, I would, like, legit be upset at my parents. I would be upset at my parents. I would be like, why the fuck didn't you two use protection? Why did you bring me in this shit? Why didn't y'all wait until y'all got situated? Not necessarily rich. You ain't gotta be rich, but at least situated. Why didn't y'all wait before you have me? Y'all just was horny, and here I come. You know what I'm saying? If I was a kid born into a messed up situation, that's how I would look at my parents. I would be like, y'all are selfish as fuck. Like, y'all could have waited until y'all got y'all shit together before y'all brought me along. But no, I gotta sit here with the rats and roaches like y'all. Like, that's how I would think. That's how I would think if I was born in an impoverished situation. You know what I'm saying? That might sound messed up, but that's how I would feel. I would be upset at my parents. You know what I'm saying? Because why did you do that to me? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I said, that not to get off on a tangent, but that's what I'm just saying. Like, I think that is a great start. Well, how you cannot dig yourself into a hole financially and economically. Stop having kids you can't take care of. And if you already have children and you know, if you know deep down, you know, if you're honest with yourself, you know if you're struggling, you know you having a hard time making ends meet. If you know you already like that, do not have more kids, because you're going to dig yourself into a deeper hole. And it's going to get hard as hell to climb out of that bitch. So it's just, people essentially just need to start making wise decisions. Like, yes, I understand the administration is, Lord, they just going crazy up there in D.C. I get it. It's going to be a whole lot of people affected, and my heart goes out to them. But I'm just saying, people really need to pick up the ball and start taking some accountability, if not all accountability, to how their life is. I'm just saying, like, you can't put all the blame on the government. You can't put all of it, not all of it. You can maybe put some, I ain't gonna hold you, but not all. Y'all know some of the situations y'all in is self-inflicted. So that's all I'm saying. It's unfortunate. The people that legit need government assistance, like maybe elderly people or sick people or injured people or whatever, like people, because there's exceptions to the rule. Like, it's some people out there who really, like, legit need help, and you know, but it's like, for the ones that's just, you know, they need it because they just making not so good life decisions, tighten up. Tighten up. Because the name of the game is to stand on your own without being spoon-fed. That's real independence and freedom and adulthood. So think twice before you act. I heard they about to revoke the shits come November next month. So we finna see how this shit gon' start. Lord, we finna see. We finna see. I'm just not trying to see people in survival mode, because that shit gonna get ugly. But, like, we gonna see. But I really think people should start making wise decisions, man. Start making wise decisions. Pretend as if ain't nobody gonna come and save you. Pretend as if you can't apply for this program, that program. Pretend like this is what it is, so this is what you gotta deal with. Please think twice, if not 3-4 times before y'all act. I'm just saying, it's gonna take a lot more discipline and maybe some sacrifice and some work ethic. But hey, like, if you ain't trying to dig yourself into a deep ass hole, you gotta think before you act. And that's all I'm saying. Just let all this be a wake-up call. Let all this that's going on in the country right now, let this be a wake-up call. Tighten up. Gems with Jewels. Like, comment, and subscribe, man.